Hey man, say man, Charleston White just went in on Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and they religion. Let's talk about man, what Charleston White had to say, the disrespectful stuff that he had to say about Bill and Devin and they religion. We gonna get into all that in this video. I'm gonna let y'all hear the audio, but before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on it. So, you know, man, Devin Haney, he is the topic of a lot of boxing talk, you know, with his fight coming up in May, you know, and then the rematch coming up with Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney, you know, he is a big name in the sport of boxing. He's become more popular and popular over time, and his dad, Bill Haney, is just as popular. A lot of people don't like Bill Haney. A lot of people don't like Devin Haney, and a lot of people don't like Charleston White because of the things that come out of his mouth. But all of these figures are popular in the entertainment world. You know, Charleston White, Devin Haney, and Bill Haney. Now, I don't know if y'all are familiar with when Devin and Ryan Garcia had their thing going on in the build-up of their fight. Charleston White, he was backing Ryan Garcia. He even said that, you know, he took Ryan Garcia to his mama's house, which is crazy because he still said he backing Ryan Garcia after everything that Ryan Garcia had to say about black men and women, you know what I'm saying, about black people. That's crazy to me. But regardless of all that, Charleston White, he didn't hold back when it came to talking down on Devin and Bill Haney. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play out what he had to say about Devin and Bill and their religion, and then we'll come back and we're going to cook on it. Listen to this, y'all.
He tried to book me to do his podcast probably about 9-10 months ago, maybe 6 months. So he actually tried to book me to do his podcast, and I wouldn't do it for free. So he been hating ever since. And plus I brought Ryan Garcia to my mother's house when Aiden Ross came to town. So he been feeling some kind of way after Ryan Garcia slaughtered his mother son with them lips like his mama. And I wouldn't do the podcast for free. He thought he'd go get a free podcast. He started a podcast and tried to get me on it. I'm like, nah, homie, hell no. Got your son making this kind of much money, you gotta pay me something. He didn't want to pay nothing. So now, Bill just mad I won't do his podcast. And I had Ryan in my mama's house and I bet it on Ryan, and Ryan won. So he say I'm a fraud. I don't know what he is. I just know his son is a fraud. He can't box. Not only that, he let the boy go to one of them Diddy parties, and him and Diddy was in the pool. And boy Diddy was biting that lip like, ooh, I can't wait to tear this little boy up. You seen that look in Diddy, huh? Yeah. He got his shitter pushed in. Everybody know Diddy go push you in. So yeah, nah, homie. So now Bill just hating, homie, and he steady going on platform after platform, bringing my name up. But he just trying to gain some traction for his podcast.
Yeah, you've been ignoring him for a minute though.
Yeah. I've been ignoring. He ain't talking about nothing because this is what I know. This why I think all Muslim niggas faking. They talk that Muslim talk. But Muslim people are worse than the judgmental Christian woman that's bothering you when you come to church every Sunday. I don't see no transformation when I look at them, when I look at Malcolm. That's why I say, man, f that Muslim shit. I'm out. Niggas full of shit. All the niggas done gave up pork, but they still freaks and geeks in the bedroom. The American Muslim is a pervert, asleep with anybody. So I don't see nothing. So when I look at Bill Haney, I just put him over there with the pervert Muslim, just the angry perverted Muslim, and he really want my attention. And that boy got a hoe too. That boy, Devin Haney, his girl a hoe too. You saw how she was crying on the phone with Thug.
Now, that's just some of what Charleston White had to say about Bill and Devin Haney. And you see, you know, as Charleston White, as he always do, he gonna get disrespectful, you know. He ain't gonna hold his tongue for nobody. And, you know, Charleston White, he go overboard. In most interviews that he do, he gonna say something where he go overboard. Now, he says that Bill Haney has a podcast, and Bill Haney pissed off because he wouldn't go on his podcast for free. Now, we know these influencers, or I don't know, whatever you want to call Charleston White, or whatever he called himself, right? They go on these podcasts, and that's part of their professions, you know. That's what they get paid to do. That's part of their profession. So I can't get mad at him saying, nah, I ain't coming on there. You got to pay me, because that's what he do. You know, when you see him doing these interviews, most likely he's getting paid for these interviews. He spoke on it before. Now, as far as what Bill Haney was saying about Charleston White, I don't know. I got to go do my research and see what Bill Haney was saying about Charleston White, because he says that, well, I see you've been ignoring a lot of things that he's been saying about you. So I don't know what Bill Haney said about him. So that's my fault for not doing the research. I'm gonna have to go back and see what he said about Charleston White. But as far as Charleston White, you know, going in saying that, oh, I know his son can't fight and all of that, that's cap. You know, anybody that know boxing know that Devin can fight. Yeah, he did lose to Ryan Garcia, and what happened that night is what happened that night. But that don't mean he can't fight. But as far as the whole, you know, disrespecting the Muslims and all of that, I can't get into that because I'm not a Muslim, so I don't know what everything that go on in their culture. You know, I'm on the outside looking in, so that's something that I'm not going to touch. But, of course, Charleston White, he don't have no problem touching it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just got to give me your thoughts on what he had to say, how y'all feel about that. Maybe I might have some Muslim in here watching this video, you know, when I drop this video, and y'all can give me your thoughts on what he had to say. But the only thing that was real crazy to me, because, you know, Charleston White, he gonna talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the only thing that was real crazy to me, what he had to say is, you know, how much he support Ryan Garcia. Like, he didn't speak on what Ryan Garcia said about blacks. And that was crazy to me. But, you know, I mean, what do you expect nowadays? But as far as, you know, him and Bill Haney going at each other, and then him getting on Devin, I just feel like if Devin didn't say nothing about Charleston White, he didn't have to bring Devin up in that. You know, that's between him and Bill. You know, but everybody gonna use Devin, you know, when they got a problem with Bill. But they two separate men, you know. Devin's a grown-ass man now, so, you know, let Bill handle his own issues without having to bring Devin up. That's just how I feel about the situation. But I didn't know that Bill Haney had a podcast. Real talk. I ain't seen no podcast with Bill Haney. So is Charleston White, is he capping? Is he capping, or is he telling the truth? Because every time I see Bill Haney, he on somebody else's podcast doing an interview. I mean, if y'all seen a podcast that Bill Haney got that's up and running, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Shoot it to me. I ain't never seen it. So I don't know. You know, Charleston White, he just be running his mouth a lot. A lot of the things that Charleston White say, you know, he be on point. But then he'll back it up with just some outright ignorant shit. So, you know, you got to take everything he say with a grain of salt. You got to pick apart what he say and take what you know, the good and the bad out of it. But as far as the whole, you know, Diddy thing and you know, Devin Haney wife thing, I ain't gonna get into all of that. You know, they just clowning. They just clowning back and forth. But it's gonna be a lot more come out, a lot more conversation coming out, you know, in the upcoming months about Devin and Bill Haney, because, you know, Bill, he gonna be on these platforms talking his shit, and that's just what come with the territory. And Bill loved this shit because he know that negative or positive, all he wants you to do is talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel. And y'all already know how I do. Diego talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.